So you might have a lot of friends, you might have a lot of people that you hang out with, but you still feel lonely. You still feel like you don't have a real connection with those kind of people. And I get you. I felt in this way in the last month, kind of year. And I, you have my compassion. I feel like I know that how it feels. So you have my compassion, but also I need you to understand that it might be also your fault. It might be your own fault if you're feeling lonely and not connected with other people despite having a lot of friends. Let me explain that better in a moment. Fact is, even though you have all of these people around you that maybe respects you, that maybe even like you cannot really feel their warmth. You cannot really feel that appreciation that they have for you. And the reason for it is because you've built a mask. You are not being you. You are being a projection that is useful for acquiring as much appreciation as possible from the people that you have around. Okay? And the fact is that building a mask, why you build a mask, you build this idol, this thing for people to see, okay? You build it because when you have any kind of criticism, when you have any kind of negative feedback, it doesn't really hit you. It hits this idol, it hits that mask. So you cannot really be hurt. So this strategy actually works. You are not being hurt by other people's opinion, by other people's statements about who you truly are, because they cannot really see who you truly are, so you're not being hit by it. I hope it makes sense. The problem is that by hiding your true self and creating this mask, this idol, this kind of armor, enable the people to really see you and so criticize who you truly are, it's also difficult for you to really feel the appreciations of other people. It's really hard to feel like this connection. It's really hard to feel compliments for other people because no one is really connecting to your true self. You are not being you. I'm going to tell you a story and maybe it will help you to understand better. I had a group of friends from high school and we were really close with one to another. We hanged out every Saturday night, we hang out drinking, we hang out doing a lot of trips and a lot of stuff. But when I entered in my 20s, I need a lot of things changed in my life and I started to take more responsibilities. I started to think more about the future. I started to get on this like self-improvement journey and hitting a lot the gym, setting goals and all of that cringe crap that you see on the internet. And I've become much more serious. And I also start talking about this thing with my friends. Okay, I start to talk about I don't know, intermittent fasting. I start talking about goal setting. I start to talk projects about the future, and I found myself being mocked for that. Okay, when I talked about like the benefits of meditation and those kind of shit, my friends were mocking me to tell me that, oh, Stas is becoming like these Indian gurus that are starting to elevate from the ground and all of that shit. And it was fun in the beginning. It was funny, but you know, it was the kind of stuff that um, people joke about, but deep down they really believe that. Okay, so it became kind of it was irritating for me. Started to become irritating. So I stopped hanging out with my friends because I stopped talking about that crap that I was excited about, that I was interested about, and I stopped to enjoy hanging out with those people. So I stopped hanging out with them at all for a period of 6 to 7 months. And one day I met up with this friend of mine. Let's call him Jack. I met up with Jack and we were talking about the fact that I didn't go out with the group as much. And we started talking about the fact that he felt like I was changed, that I wasn't resonating with the group as much, that I wasn't able to be present with them. And he started to say at me, "Hey man, you know, sometimes I want to tell us just a stupid joke. I just want to tell a stupid joke, but I don't do that because I'm afraid that you would turn that thing into a philosophical discussion that I don't give a shit about." And I was like, "Man, you know, sometimes I have some idea, I have something that simply crossed my mind. I want to share with my group of friends. I want to share that with you, but I'm afraid that you would look at that thing and believe that this is boring or this is not interesting and judge me for that." And we look at each other, and I told him, "Man, honestly, what's the point of being friends if we cannot really express what we are thinking?" And the point is that what I want to convey you with the story is that if you cannot truly express what you're thinking, if you cannot truly be yourself with another human being, you cannot find a true connection. You cannot find a meaningful connection. And it's not that I'm against small talks, it's not that I'm against funny jokes and all of that crap, but the point is that you need to share who you truly are, otherwise there will be no true connection. Okay? I know that it might sound really abstract and there is no real tangible actionable step that you can use in order to create deep connection, but I'm going, and since I want this video to be useful for you, I'm going to share you 3 ways that I've seen in my past that help me to create strong bonds with other people and meaningful connection. The first way to create deep connection with another human being is having shared goals and shared journeys. I have a friend of mine that I see maybe once per year, once every 2 years, something like that. And I know this guy since I was kinda 10, or yeah, since I was kinda 10. He's older than me, like 2-3 years older than me. And we trained together in judo for like 5 to 4 years. Okay, every day we were in the gym together training in judo, throwing each other and passing the same fatigue, having the same pain, physical pain, having the same anxiety for competition, going through the same struggles. And when you have all this kind of experiences together, you form a bond that cannot be really explained in any way possible. And I have a lot of friends that I can talk about ideas, that I can talk about things that I truly believe, but there is no bond that is as strong as not as strong, but as equal as the one that I have with this friend of mine. And the reason is that when you share a common experience, you have the same highs, the same lows, the same emotional pattern that you share together. You feel that you are facing the same challenges, you are facing the same highs, and you are facing the same lows. And that also happened to me the first acting play that I've done. And it was in 2023, and me and the other guys made a Shakespeare play called The Tempest. And we were shitting our pants off because, okay, it was a play, it wasn't nothing really serious, but we have to make a performance, an acting performance towards a crowd of people, and could be kind of scary, you know. And some people were very excited, someone was really anxious, someone was excited and anxious, then he felt embarrassed, and there was all of these great emotional patterns that were going on in everyone. And after everything was over, it felt a sense of bonding that I've never experienced I've only experienced in judo with that friend of mine. Okay, so having shared goals and journeys allows you and the other person to have all of these highs and lows that you face together, and that allows you to bond. The second way that you can use to create deeper connection with someone else is by sharing vulnerabilities, stories, and asking deep questions. This is during conversation. And as I said before, I'm not against small talks. I enjoy being with other people and talking just about crap. Just saying stupid bullshit and laughing as much as possible. I love that. But in order to create in order to create something more meaningful, you gotta go beyond small talks. Do the tier 2 questions, as they're being called. The tier 2 questions are things like, what scares you the most? What was your dream when you were a child? What are your goals right now? What you're aiming for right now? You gotta share your common desires. You gotta share your common stories. And the reason why this helps to bond with another human being is because you find that you are more alike than you are different, if it makes sense. You are sharing something in common, which is a common bad experience, a common dream, or a common childhood story. And this is very similar to having shared goals and journeys, but instead of leaving it together, you are sharing it from the past, okay? This is what it takes to create a stronger connection. The third way is by sharing your opinions, but not only your opinions, by sharing your unpopular opinions, the one that makes other people freak out, the ones that make other people get mad, all right? And I'm going to make you an example. Imagine you're being invited at dinner at the home of someone else. You get a dinner, you go to take dinner from this guy, and he gives you bland white rice. And you of course are going to eat that white rice because you are not a dick, but you would never say, oh man, this was the best dish that I ever eaten in my life. I can't wait to come back here and eat some more white rice. No one ever said that before. But if you're being invited at home of someone and he serves you this like Indian spice rice with meat, vegetable, and all kind of 14 different spices, some people might hate it and never want to hear the smell of that thing never again. Some people might like it, but say, it was fun, it was kind of good, but I would never take that again. And some people might actually love it. Some people might love it and say, fuck man, I need to have that fucking rice again and again and again. Some people might love it, some people might hate it, and some people might taste it but never want to that again, but they will remember it. They will remember it, and they will allow you to find people that like your rice, okay? Of course, it's a metaphor, but this is the point. You need to be spicy. You need to express who you truly are. And some people might dislike you. This is the simple truth. Some people might never want to be with you again. Some people might find you cringe. Some people might find you irritating. Some people might find you an asshole. But the one that doesn't find you like that will actually love you. Love staying with you, will be inspired by your voice, by what you're saying, okay? And I tell this thing also for myself, because sometimes I withhold what I want to say to other people because I'm afraid to sound like a dick, I'm afraid to sound cringe, I'm afraid to sound boring and whatever. But the point is that if you don't try to express what you truly believe, if you don't try to live by your true values, you cannot really understand and find someone who is really alike you. You cannot really connect with someone else if you're not brave enough to express what you're truly thinking. So in the end, if you're struggling with loneliness despite having a lot of people around you, a lot of friends, what you should do is find a goal or a journey, something like a sport, something like an artistic expression, a business, whatever, something that you want to aim for. Find a goal and find people that want to jump with that goal with you. You will find a lot of deeper connection in this journey together. Second thing, in conversations with people, try to share vulnerabilities, try to share stories from your past, and ask deep questions. Questions like about fears, about dreams, and desires. Third thing is share your spicy opinions, otherwise you will always be the bland white rice in social settings. I hope that this video was useful. Remember to aim upward as always.